First application is application 2105 of Anthony and Joanne Atrapenti.
All right. Tony Occupenti, I'm bringing you in. You now have capabilities to unmute and start your video.
Guys there?
We are here.
I need your name and address for the record.
Anthony and Joanne Occupenti, 15 Gateway Drive, Copeg, New York, 11726.
Do you affirm to tell the truth? For the record, Planning Division memo dated September 9th, 2020. The survey by Lawrence Michael Haynes dated May 26, 2020. Tax map acting as an area map. Suffolk County Planning memo dated September 10th, 2020. Decision of local determination. Take no position for or against.
And 5 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
Would like to speak the application.
I'm sorry, was that a question, sir?
Yeah, what would you like to tell us about the application?
Oh, I'm sorry. We are looking to maintain an overhang over our patio.
Turn hearing over to Mr. Delvecchia.
What brought this to the attention of the board?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear the whole question.
What brought this issue to the attention?
Breaking up.
Attention of board. We were seeking to get a pool permit as well.
Would you agree to not further enclose the rear porch?
We broke up again, I'm sorry.
Would you agree to not further enclose the rear porch?
Absolutely.
Okay, I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Good, Steve?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We can move on it?
Yep.
I make a motion.
Usually keep it open for a week for any other comments.
Gee, I did forget. You're right.
I was wrong for.
Okay, we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision. We'll keep the record open for 1 week for further comments. You'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you so much. We're sorry to bother you folks
No
problem.
bother. Thank you.
At all.
very much.
We're here anyway.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, I am going to bring in Candace Campbell for application number 2.
Let's see them.
Next application is application 2105 of Sean and Candace Campbell, property located in Amityville.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, we need your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, Candace and Sean Campbell, 176 Jefferson Avenue, Amityville, New York, 11701.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 9th, 2020. A survey by Christopher Henn dated September 19th, 2019. Tax map acting as an area map and
7 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
what would you like to tell us about your application?
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule in regards to my husband and I's request to install an 8-foot fence in the back of our property line. We are looking to prevent people from entering our yard through the cemetery. Since purchasing the house in December of 2019, we had one intruder jump over the fence. We would also like to prevent wildlife from entering, along with obstructing the view of the cemetery from guests. I happen to have a mortuary science degree, so it doesn't bother me, but it always starts unwanted conversation when my guests come over. I understand 6 feet is the required height, but if 8 feet is out of the question, I would like to know if maybe anything between 6 and 8 feet might be considered. I was recently approved to install an above ground pool, so it would be very beneficial to have the survey of the house done with their approval of the fence.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mrs. Quinton.
Okay, Mrs. Campbell,
Yes.
hello.
Hi.
Are the children still cutting through there to go to school, through your yard? You having trouble with that at one time?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
I had some people come and they were saying like, oh, back in the day, we would always cut through this hole and go over to Harrison. So
That's right. That's right.
so,
Right. That is so true. Yeah, I understand the problem that you're having with other people, jumping your fence and coming into your yard and things. I don't have any more questions really, Mr. Chairman. I'm okay.
Okay, thank
No,
you.
I know the 6-foot fence is usually what we allow, but
yeah.
Just
under the
back up
circumstances,
to the cemetery, right? So,
yes, she is. She's next to the cemetery. I know exactly where she is. Yeah.
okay. Any other questions from the board?
Nope. Good.
Anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. So I'm going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week. For any further comments, you'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You
You too.
too. Okay.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to bring in Heather Sanderson and Paul Salandino for application number 3.
Next application is application 2103 of Paul and Dana Saladino, property located in Deer Park.
Give me a second, they're coming in. Heather, you there?
Sorry, yeah, I wasn't
Hey.
coming through, sorry.
Okay. Name and address for the record, please.
Heather Sanderson, HLS Expediting, 180 Gloria Boulevard, Hauppauge, 11788.
Confirm to tell the truth.
Yes,
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 9th, 2020. Survey by Thomas Mazzarazzo dated July 22nd, 2020. Tax map acting as an area map and
And a total of 6 photographs, Mr. Chairman, and a site plan by William J. Cook dated July 1st, 2020.
would you like to tell us about the application?
yes. Mr. and Mrs. Saladino had part of the request is for the roof over on the back of the house. They had a roof over there, which was not in the best condition. They decided just to repair that and rebuild it. In the meantime, they were proposing an in-ground pool, and due to the fact that they're on the corner, they're asking for a variance for the front yard setback.
Okay. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Kretschmer.
Hi, how are you? The 4 foot from the pool will be right to the fence line, correct?
Correct.
Okay, because I saw that to the curb line, probably about another 5 or 6 feet to the fence and then 4
Yes.
feet to the pool.
That's right.
Would you
It's
agree
8
not?
feet to the curb line. I'm sorry.
What's
It's
that?
8 feet to the curb line.
It is, okay. I just visually saw it. I didn't measure
Yeah.
anything. Would you agree not to further enclose the porch?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't
Yes.
know that. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board?
I just want to note, Mickey,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think there was correspondence on this one.
Who's there?
Yes, there was. And the concern was actually what I addressed about the 8 feet to the fence. If there was sidewalks and curbs installed at a later date, would there be room for that? And that would be just fine if there's 8 feet to the property line.
Okay. All right. I'm going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week. You'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, we have Jennifer Francois and David Delaney for application number 4. I'm going to be bringing them in 1 second. Dave. Hey, what's going on, Dave?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
What's happening?
David and Jennifer here.
Okay. Do you both affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 9th, 2020. Survey by Frederick Picorni, dated, no date on that. Tax map acting as an area map and
7 photographs, Mr. Chairman, and a floor plan / plot plan dated August 23rd, 2019 by Mark Anthony Monasteri. Yeah.
what would you like to tell us about the application?
Hi. Thank you for your time today. We're proposing a garage addition, 18 by 32 with a second floor, a front porch addition, and we want to legalize our deck.
Okay. So the hearing over to Mr. Freccia.
The purpose of the second story addition is for additional
Gonna
living
be for-
space.
Yes, we're planning to extend our family. It's going to be for additional living space, potentially in-law suite, or our daughter may move up there.
Okay, so you're gonna need to, so it'll be for an accessory apartment,
It'll be additional living space.
but not
We're
an
not planning to
accessory.
do it rent. We're not planning to rent it out or collect rent.
Are you gonna have a kitchen up there?
Yes.
Okay, so then you would need to apply for an accessory apartment permit.
Okay.
And the 2 driveways that are there, how long have you owned the house?
We've had it since 2007, and the driveways came with the
The
property.
driveways were existing, that's what I thought. Okay. If we approve it, would you agree not to further enclose the front porch and apply for an accessory apartment permit?
Yes. What do you mean by not further enclose the front porch?
Not further put walls up around the porch. It's an overhang, right? Is there an
Well,
overhang on the porch?
There's
You're not gonna
a little
further
mud room.
and make it a room.
No, there's a proposed mud room, and then there's a porch, overhang porch in the plan.
Okay, so the overhang, we would agree not to further enclose it.
No, we wouldn't enclose that further than what's on the plan.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week for further comments. We'll get the decision.
Okay. Broke up a little there, Mick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week, and you'll get the decision in the mail, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to bring in Jose Taveras for application number 5. And Jose, just before you start, I have another participant here that you had written that has Jose Espino. Is he joining us? I don't see him here. Oh, lost him.
Okay.
Jose, you should be good.
Hello?
Yep, you're
Can't hear
good.
you now.
You can't hear us?
You hear us?
Gotta pump up the volume.
Raise your volume, Jose.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm chatting him real quick and shooting him a message.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but can you hear us?
Sorry.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear him.
Oh, okay, now I can hear.
Okay, you can hear us?
Now I can, yes.
Okay.
Is the other Jose joining us as well?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The Jose Esponil, written down as well. Is he joining us or no?
He is
I
here.
don't-
He's,
Oh,
he's not-
perfect.
he's behind us, yes.
Jose, good to see you. I just had him written down. I didn't want to miss him.
Right.
Cool.
Okay, so, application 20-102B, Rafael Taveras, property located in Copeg, dated September 9th, 2020. Survey by William Simmons, dated 17th, 2019. Second survey by William Simmons, also dated June 17th, 2019. The first one is of the proposed house, the second one is of the existing house. I have an overall survey by Sarah Dara, also dated 6/17/2019. What is this? The plot plan. Same architect, Luigi Sardina, and dated July 30th, 2019. Tax map acting as an area map, and
4 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
would you like to tell us about the application? Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
Well, basically, we started a minor subdivision with these two lots where the existing lot number 2, as we call it, which has the existing house, forces or has an existing secondary front yard of 28.4 feet instead of the required 30 feet. I mean, that's an existing condition and which is a consequence of the subdivision, but we're trying to keep things as they are and continue with the subdivision.
Okay. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Delavecchia.
So on the existing structure, 28.4.
Yeah, 28.4 is the existing condition.
Because of an overhang, correct?
No. That's the house itself.
The existing house.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the one that requires the variance, that secondary front yard.
all because of overhang.
No, the house itself.
The house itself is 28.4?
Yes.
Okay. And now that's staying the same? Nothing's changing on that house?
We're not touching that property, well, other than taking 25 feet off the site.
Are they both going to be the same?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Going to be the same
Yes, everything is remaining the same.
on the proposed house as well?
No, the proposed house meets all the setback requirements.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application?
Yep, I have a constituent here that'd like to speak. Fred, are you there? Fred? Let me just ask him on mute. I think he just had a few quick questions.
Okay.
Hey, Fred?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I need your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Fred Weiler. I live at 220 Mucci Avenue, Copeg, New York.
Okay, and do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, would you like to tell us?
The question I have is this new proposed house is going to be built. Is that going to be a one-family house or a two-family house? And the house that's existing now on Marconi Boulevard, is that a one-family house or a two-family house?
The proposed house is a one-family house. The existing house supposedly is a legal two-family house already.
Okay. Does the owner live in that two-family house? Of the
Yes,
property? He
Yes.
does. And he'll remain living there when the second house is built?
yes.
All right, and they propose to rent that out as a one-family house, not a two-family house, then, correct?
No, they're not rented out. The intent is to sell it.
So they're gonna build it and sell it to somebody else?
Yes,
And now it'd be listed on the records as a one,
yes.
as a one,
It's a one-family house, yes.
I see. And the one that's on Marconi now, is listed as a two-family house, like a mother-daughter, or it's a legal
An
two-family?
accessory apartment.
It's not a two-family, it's an accessory apartment. It's actually a single-family house with an accessory apartment.
Yeah, it's this question, because it seems there are a lot of cars down there. Just wondering that was on the records as a house with an apartment, you know? That's a legal apartment in a house then, right?
Yes.
It is.
Okay, that's the questions that I had.
Okay, anything else? That's it?
That's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else like to be heard on this?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. For the
There's
record,
no one else registered to speak.
for the record, there are none. So I'm going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week for further comments, and you'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming down. Thank you. Well, you're not coming down, but thanks.
Thanks for signing off.
All right. Yeah.
All right. For application number 6, I'm going to bring in Kristen DeLuca.
Hi, how's everybody doing tonight?
Hi, how are you? Need your name and address for the record, please.
Kristen DeLuca, Bowler Engineering, 2929 Expressway Drive North, Hauppauge, New York, 11749.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 9th, 2020. A site plan dated February 13th, 2018 by John Deal. Tax map is an area map. Ryan, we have anything else?
Sorry. And we do have 2 photographs, Mr. Chairman. And you said the site plan by Joseph Deal, correct?
Yes, yep.
The site and signage plan, both by Joseph Deal, dated July 7th, 2020. And that's it.
All right, would you like to tell us about the application?
If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to share my screen just so you can I can walk you through it a little bit better.
Kristen, do you see it? You got the share screen option?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Okay. So can you guys see this chart that I'm looking at here?
Yes.
Okay. So the bottom chart shows what was previously approved for the signage in July of 2016, when Walmart had done a just refacing of the signage, rebranding. And as you can see here, the Walmart sign with the spark, they call it, which is that little sunburst image, was approved for the variance that we're also requesting now tonight for the same height of 8 feet rather than the 6 feet that's permitted. And the square footage is the same. The top chart is the proposed and the bottom chart is what's existing. So previously we had gotten approved the Walmart sign with the spark at the taller height. And then the additional signs were pharmacy, outdoor living, and auto center. And now just again, they've rebranded and changed their look a little bit, and they would like the Walmart sign with the spark, but then for it to have signs that say pickup, grocery, and home and pharmacy. Those signs are only 3 total altogether. They only add up to 3 square feet more for 409 square feet above the 406 square feet that was proposed previously. So it's only a delta of 3 square feet, and it's really just, you know, kind of shape and size. Some of the wording has changed. And then for the auto center, previously there was signage on the front of the main face of the Walmart building, had an auto center sign that was now eliminated, and the actual auto center, which is set back behind the garden center, had a sign for auto center and then 2 signs for tire and lube. And we're proposing very similar, again, just the look changes a little bit and they're freshening it up a bit, but it's just around the same square footage. It was previously approved 39.36 square feet for those 4 signs, and now it's 39.65 square feet for those 3 signs. And if I can just go back to the proposed elevations, you'll see that, I'll zoom in a little bit. The auto center sign, like I said, was set back. You can see the auto center and you can see the tire sign for the first bay. And then the other 2 bays are actually kind of hidden behind the garden center, but there's another tire sign there and then another lube sign. So we're really trying to just maintain that signage that was previously approved, but it is new signage and a bit of a change. So we're back in front of you again. And then as I move further south down the building wall, the first sign that you see is the home and pharmacy sign. And then it's the Walmart sign, which again is basically replacing exactly what was there previously. The grocery sign. And then the pickup sign, which is, this is the part of the expansion that had been previously approved by your board and the town board. So this pickup sign is important to them to really direct people and let them understand from a new perspective, because this is something new to the store. It's more directional to kind of guide people in the right way to understand that this is the area that they would go. And in addition, on the front of this canopy, which this is a brand new canopy, so all the signage in this area is new. The one facing west, which faces out towards Route 110, again, very set back. If anyone knows the property, there are some buildings up front. So it's not really very visible from 110. But that sign says order online, pick up here. And then we also are proposing that sign along the south side of the canopy, which just faces the adjacent property, but allows people to understand where they're going. And then also the rear of the canopy, again, says order online, pick up here. And then just some more directional signs to guide people into the correct lanes. The first lane would be for pharmacy pickup, the first lane closest to the building. The second lane closest to the building would be for online grocery pickup and pharmacy. And then the remaining lanes would be for pickup. So again, just some guidance to direct people where to go. You can't see it well from the elevations, but there are also hanging signs as you pull into the canopy that have lane numbers and just directions for the phone number to call once you get there. So it's really all just operational signage on this side of the canopy.
So the new signs are the sign on the canopy, right? That direct people to there and the pickup spot and that kind of.
The other signs are new also because they're changing name and they change square footage slightly. So we've reapplied for, every sign that's going back up on the building.
Right.
The new ones that have, new number of signs and everything else are really directed for the online grocery pickup and the, guiding people into those lanes.
Right, okay, so that makes sense. And the other one's basically kind of replacing, moving around, whatever, but signs
Right.
that you kinda had already is what it boils down to.
Mhm.
Okay. I have no other questions. Any questions from the board? Nope. Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. I'm gonna close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week, and you'll get the decision in the mail.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
You too, take care.
All right. We have a little bit of a larger crew, so give me a second for the last one here. We got Alec, Andy, Brian.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on, Alec? Candace. Oh, and Ethan. Almost forgot.
Brian, would it be easier if I share my screen just so I can maneuver around, or?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Alec, you're gonna do it?
Yep, I got it.
All right, before we start, it's application 20104, property located in West Babylon, and I need names and addresses.
Bram Weber, Weber Law Group, 290 Broad Hollow Road, Melville.
And?
Yep. Alexander Kosiski, Bowler Engineering, 2929 Expressway Drive North in Hoppock, New York.
Anybody else on?
Yep. Ethan Chakosky, Atlantic Traffic and Design Engineering, 2929 Expressway Drive North, Hoppock, New York.
That's it? Everybody's
Yeah.
on?
We're the speakers. We have with us also is Andy Macbeth from Greenleaf Construction, who's the project manager, and Scott Brown from FW Web. If they need to testify, Mr. Chairman, we certainly you can ask for their appearances as well.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work for us. Okay. For the record, I have a planning division memo dated September 9th, 2020. A site plan by Joseph Deal dated July 14th, 2020. Survey by Jody Lounsbury. Dated 7/17/2019, tax map acting as an area map, a copy of a parking statement from FW Web Company, traffic design, traffic study, I'm here. That is September 8th, 2020,
And just 5 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, would you like to tell us?
Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Alec, do you have the aerial? Maybe put that up first.
I can get you there.
All right, so as Alec is pulling up the aerial, this property, and also I want to address the zoning memo, but this property at 34 Lamar Street, which is about a 60,000 square foot existing building, FW Web, which is a 150-year-old company, family-owned business, does wholesale supply to the construction trades of plumbing equipment, HVAC, pipes and valves, owns this property and purchased the property, is making a significant investment into the property. They're going to use it as office space, warehouse space, storage space, and actually the specialty manufacturer of fire pipes for fire suppression systems in this facility. It's a vacant former Nassau Tool building. Because they're making a significant improvement into the property investment. They're going to enhance the landscaping. And we're here seeking a few variances and a special exception approval for retail sales. Now, the retail sales of this location, just like all FW Web locations, and there are 80 throughout the Northeast, only represent about 4 to 5% at the maximum of any sales at this at any of their properties. The operation really is a wholesale property, a wholesale business, excuse me, No prices on any of the items. It's really to sell to the trades. They don't want to turn down any retail sales, and certainly in this environment, we wouldn't want anybody to turn down any retail sales. But again, the operation is geared towards wholesale, but because of that small retail sales component, we do need that special exception permit. Wanted to make sure that we got it versus just trying to say it would only be wholesale. Wanted to be as transparent as possible. Two things just very briefly on the Zoning Board of Appeals memo dated September 9th. The first I want to just call attention to number 2 under the variance list. The memo states that we are required to provide 153 parking spaces, and that we were originally providing 51. That is correct. And that we were going to now be providing 53. That is incorrect. We will be providing 52, not 51. So we are decreasing the variance that we need. The reason we did not go to 53 is that would have increased another variance. So we didn't want to go out of compliance with what we applied for. So instead of providing 51 spaces, we're providing 52 spaces, which again decreases the intensity of the variance that we need. And then just next on number 3, we do need a landscape variance from 18 feet to 0 feet on Lamar Street. That's an existing condition, as you can see from the aerial, which is why I wanted to show you the aerial now. We also need a variance of 7.3 feet on Keene Street. That's just not noted here on the variance list. It was noted in the denial letter and it was applied for. It's just not noted in the memo. So I wanted just to mention that. And then just going to number 4, as you can see, we are increasing the landscaping that we're providing from 6,271 square feet to 6,608 square feet. I will turn the hearing over to Alec to discuss the site plan. What I do want to say is this, and Brian hopefully will back me up on this. This application has gone through extensive review from the planning department, very detailed review. I think we're up to the 9th set of revised plans here. So the variances that we're seeking really absolute minimum that FWF needs for its operation. And I will tell you, through the good work of the planning department and Bowler Engineering and the applicant itself, really come up with what everyone I think at this point agrees is the right plan for the property. And with that, I'd like to ask Alec to just describe the site plan to you.
Thank you, Bram. So the subject parcel is located at 34 Lamar Street in West Babylon, also identified as District 100, Section 75, Block 2, lots 23.3 and 23.4. The total site area to the site is 166,440 square feet, or 3.821 acres. As Bram mentioned before, the building's about 60,083 square feet, which will be modified for FWF's operations. FWF is proposing to repurpose the existing warehouse space and propose upgrades to the site, which do include new lighting, landscaping, pavement, updated drainage and sanitary systems, pavement striping, and up-to-date ADA accessibility. The outdoor storage areas will now be fenced with brand new 8-foot high chain link fence across the entire perimeter. We're here tonight, of course, seeking approval for the following variances: minimum landscape buffer to street frontage, minimum front yard landscape coverage, outdoor storage in the side yard, off-street parking, and the special exception permit for retail use. To start, as Bram mentioned, the Town of Babylon Code requires an 18-foot landscape buffer along the street frontages. As it exists today, Lamar Street has a 0-foot setback, which will remain existing. And on Keene Street, the existing setback right now is 7 feet as it stands. We were proposing to move it to 7.3. So we're providing about 0.3 feet more of landscape buffer in that area. Next, we requested relief for the minimum front yard landscape coverage. The Town of Babylon Code states that we need to have 1,800 square feet of landscaping for the first 100 feet of street frontage, plus 18 square feet for each additional foot of street frontage. Ooh, that's a lot to say. Keene Street requires a total of 7,200 square feet of landscape coverage. We will be proposing a total of 7,633 square feet of landscaping, which does meet the code for Keene Street. Lamar Street, however, requires a total of 8,568 square feet of landscaping coverage. We have proposed a total of 6,608 square feet. This is a 30% variance. I'd just like to note that the existing site as it stands today has approximately 5,452 square feet of landscaping along Lamar Street. So we are actually increasing that coverage by 1,156 square feet. The next variance we're here for is the outdoor storage in the side yard. The town of Babylon Code states the outdoor storage shall only be permitted in the rear yard. Being that this existing site has two frontages, by code, Keene Street would be the front yard. Since the sales and office are located at the southern east corner of the building, we're proposing that the outdoor storage be located at the north. As it stands existing with the previous tenant, the outdoor storage was located at the northern portion of the site. The outdoor storage will be 16.6 feet setback from the property line. As it stands today, the existing outdoor storage is set back 13.4 feet. This is an actual increase of 3.2 feet from the existing conditions. As I mentioned previously, the outdoor storage will have an 8-foot high chain link fence along the perimeter of the property. Lastly, we are requesting relief for the off-street parking. The town of Babylon requires 1 stall for every 700 square feet of manufacturing, 1 stall for every 150 square feet of office, and 1 stall for every 700 square feet of outdoor storage space. In total, our use requires a total of 153 stalls. Our application does propose a total of 52 stalls, inclusive of 3 ADA stalls, mainly located in the southernmost part of the property in the southeast. The town code does not allow parking within the outdoor storage area. Due to the outdoor storage area required for the operations, like I mentioned previously, all the parking will be located at the southeast corner. Our traffic consultant will elaborate in his testimony on the parking. However, I just want to note that in our initial submission with the planning board, we had proposed a total of 56,291 square feet of outdoor storage. Working with the planning board, our client has actually reduced that outdoor storage to 24,168 square feet. That is also a reduction of the required parking from 199 stalls required to 153 stalls required. I'd like to now turn this over to Ethan, who will now walk you through the parking variance.
Just before we do that, I just want to, Ethan will be testifying as our traffic and parking expert. So I just wanted to give you his credentials quickly because he has not appeared before this zoning board of appeals yet. Ethan Chakosky is a senior traffic engineer at Atlantic Traffic and Design. He is a licensed New York licensed engineer with a degree in civil engineering, and he has been accepted as an expert at the following Long Island municipalities: the town of Hempstead, the town of Smithtown, Village of Valley Stream, Village of Westbury, and the town of Oyster Bay. If any of the board members have any questions on his credentials, certainly please do ask him directly, but I would ask that his testimony on parking and traffic be accepted as an expert testimony. Again, he is a licensed engineer and the senior traffic engineer at Atlantic Traffic and Design.
We'll accept him. And I just want to do a little housekeeping. We needed to amend some of these variances from before, which you had mentioned, but just let me do it on the record. I'm going to make a motion to amend the second variance to go from 153 parking spaces to 52. And on number 4, diminished total landscaping from 8,568 to 6,608. And on the number 5, outdoor storage should be the side yard, not the front yard.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just wanted to clean that up a little bit. Okay.
Thank you. Ethan, if you would.
Yep. Thank you for the introduction, Bram. You know, as described, I'm senior traffic engineer at Atlantic Traffic and Design Engineering. I've been accepted as a traffic expert, and we performed a parking analysis.
Hold on. Just, I need your name and address for the record.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm at Atlantic Traffic and Design Engineering at 2929 Expressway Drive North, Hauppauge, New York.
Okay.
Ethan Chakosky.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. So our office prepared a parking statement dated July 1st, 2020 and revised September 8th, 2020 to look at the proposed 60,000 square foot FW Webb Company wholesale plumbing facility. As described by the site engineer, there's a total parking requirement of 153 stalls and a total proposed parking supply of 52 off-street parking stalls, inclusive of 3 ADA stalls. Parking demand research data has been compiled by the Institute of Transportation Engineers and published in the 5th edition of Parking Generation. ITE collects data from various land uses, including warehouse uses, throughout the United States, which allows engineers and planners to project future parking demand. The proposed use falls under ITE Land Use Code 150 Light Industrial, which is a compilation of parking demand data from various warehouse facilities, including those with office and maintenance areas. Based on the data provided by ITE, the average amount of vehicles expected to be parked on site is 39 vehicles. Within the proposed parking supply. In addition to the ITE parking data analysis, we also spoke with the applicant about their operations on site. There are 25 employees expected for the build out of the site, and traditionally for these types of facilities, they reserve 14 parking stalls for customers. So assuming every employee will park on site, no one carpools, and the customer parking is at full demand, there would be a parking demand of 39 parking stalls, which is consistent with our ITE analysis. So given that analysis and the information from the applicant, there would be a reserve capacity of 13 stalls on site, or about 33%. So in my professional opinion, the proposed parking would have no significant impact on the site or area parking, and the applicant respectfully requests a variance for the 101 parking stalls required. I'm available for any additional questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Yes. How many vehicles would you expect to come for the wholesale during one period of time?
It's customer parking?
Customer parking for the.
So during the peak period, you'd probably, over an hour time span, I think, we came up with about 10 trips one way. I would have to ask FW Webb, if they see any significant peak periods beyond that. But from my discussions, they see 80 to 100 in-person transactions per day. So it's over the course of their entire, open and close. So, based on that evaluation, we don't expect that the 14 reserved customer stalls will ever be completely occupied.
And are the stalls, since this is a plumbing supply business, I would assume that they're going to be large vans, or at least, or maybe larger to go there. I just want to make sure that the stalls were large enough to accommodate the vehicles that will be coming there.
Yeah, the stalls are 9 feet by 19. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Alec.
No, that's correct. They exceed the town code requirement. Is that correct?
Okay,
They do.
Yeah, and that would fit, contractor vans.
thank you.
Okay, any other questions from the board?
No.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, anything further on the application?
No, thank you. Again, appreciate the opportunity. It's been a long road to get here. Would just request that the record be closed and the application be approved.
Okay. I'm going to turn the hearing over to Mr. Weinschenk.
No, that's my questions. Thank you.
That was your whole question. Any other questions from the board?
No, good.
Okay, so I'm going to close the hearing, reserve decision. We will keep the record open for 1 week for further comments, and you'll get the decision in the mail after that, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Stay well.
You
Thank
too.
Yep, thanks.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I do have Candace raising her hand from earlier. Not sure if she has a question, but she still is on. It's not on web, but just want to make sure, you know, if you're up for it.
Yes.
All right, we're signing off. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, no, nothing to do with Greenlee. So-
Leave you to your business. Thanks. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Candace, you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can I take the sign off my lawn? I get people asking me, is my house up for auction? I just didn't know if I have to wait for a decision before I take the sign off my lawn.
You can take the sign off.
Take the sign off.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Candace.
Bye.
Have a good night.
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 Okay, well done, everyone. If we're ready to move on, we can go to page 6 of the agenda.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, there's a request for an extension of time.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the extension.
Nikki, I'm sorry. Oh, we do have, okay. I noticed that there's only 4 of us that are eligible to vote on it.
Okay, so we
But I
got,
think Nick, myself, you, and John. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Where's John?
it's okay. I'll make a motion. to
Right here.
approve Extension of time, second and third.
Oh, wait a minute. Is Nick here?
No.
And there's only 3 of us.
I
Dolores
believe
and-
you can approve it based on the quorum you have this evening, though, if everyone is comfortable and familiar with understanding the relief that's being requested.
Okay, you're comfortable with it, I'm comfortable.
Okay, I'm comfortable. Okay, go back to that. Extension of time. Approve extension of time, 18/129 is the second and third extensions of time.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Tom. Moving on to page 7 of the agenda, P&P Motors remains reserved. VL10 remains reserved. Moving on to page 8, Basilico Materials remains reserved pending planning board. Moving on to page 9, there's correspondence in your package tonight. It is correspondence number 1 from Council Darrell Conway, requesting that the application continue to remain reserved while they pursue a ruling from the non-conforming use board on this property. So that matter will remain reserved, and your letter is correspondence number 1. Moving on to page 10. I don't believe new plans have been received yet for 20-084, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that will remain reserved, asking for new plans. Now moving on to the hearings from August 20th. The first one is 20-092. We're at the bottom of page 10 on the agenda. The property is located in Lindenhurst. There were no objections from planning, and if the board may move.
Oh, Nick's not here. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve application 20-092.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on now to page 11. The application is 20-096. The property is located in Wheatley Heights. Planning had no objections, and the board may move.
Yeah, I'll make a motion on this one also. Application 20-096, approve application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to the bottom of page 11, the application is 20-090. The property is located in West Babylon. There were no objections from planning, should the board wish to move.
I'll make a motion to approve application 20-90.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to page 12 of the agenda, the application is 20-094 American Van Equipment. The property is located in Farmingdale. Planning has no objections, but it would be subject to standard covenants and restrictions.
I will make a motion to approve application 20-094 for a period of 3 years and with the condition that the CNRs be filed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The bottom of page 12 is the application is 20-093. The property is located in Lindenhurst, and it is a parking relaxation. Planning had no objections.
Oh, it's Lindenhurst. Okay.
Should make the point.
I make a motion to approve application 20-93.
Second.
Aye.
All in favor?
And moving on to our final page of the decisions for tonight. The application is 20-091 Modern Packaging Incorporated. The property is located in Deer Park. Planning had asked for a parking breakdown, and I believe they are satisfied with what has been provided, but I'll let them speak to that.
Brian and I are both happy with the numbers. That's fine.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You can approve it at
Located
this.
in Deer Park.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve application 2091 as,
Need a negative declaration.
Oopsie.
okay. Make a motion.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mickey.
No, you go ahead.
Make a motion for a negative declaration on application 20091.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, are we approved or we need to go over it again?
I only have your motion on the approval. I don't have a second.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, the final page of the agenda, the correspondence. First is a letter from Daryl Conway. Second is a notice from the town of Huntington for a proposed change of zone that is within a parameter of the town of Babylon, should you wish to read the proposed item before the town board of Huntington. Finally, there was the letter regarding application number 3 on tonight's agenda. It was anonymous. However, the objections appeared to be addressed. So if acceptable, we would look for a motion to approve the minutes from August 6th.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes for August 6th.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For your review are the minutes from August 13th. And for your acceptance are the findings on Perry Dulce. This was the property on East Drive in Copeg.
Right.
Steve?
Yeah. Accept the findings on ZBA 20-034.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That concludes our meeting.
It's a wrap.
Is grand.
Now,
All right, guys. Recording, we are now off.